Facebook, and the handle is GBS TV Africa. Thank you to all our viewers who are all over Africa. It's so good that we are being able to, share across the continent and actually all over the world. So I want to give this opportunity to my co-host, introduce herself, and then I'll come back and introduce today's topic, which is very interesting. Karibu sana.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much once again for joining us. I'm your co-host, Lilian Kamau. I'm so happy to be here. We've got an exciting topic and a wonderful guest lined up. Stay tuned.
Excellent. So today we're going to be talking about, am I husband material or wife material? A lot of times when we are looking to settle down with a spouse, we really focus on the other person, and rarely do we get a chance to look at ourselves and ask ourselves, am I the person who is being looked for by the other person, you know? So with us in studio is a lady who is very experienced in this topic, and I want to give her a chance to introduce herself and also to tell us a little bit about what she does as her career. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Hi viewers, my name is Alice Kagai, and I'm glad to be a guest at this topic, and I really welcome you all as we continue discussing together. I think we'll all have to get something that will have to edify you and we'll have to enjoy. Welcome.
Excellent. Thank you so much. So Lilian, how has your week been? Now that I have a co-host, I'm always very happy to just also catch up.
It has been amazing. I've been working, I've been relaxing, playing with my son. Yeah, so it's been a good week.
And yesterday I saw on social media that you went somewhere. Kuihuria. You went somewhere. Was it for lunch or dinner?
It was for lunch. I was just meeting with some friends and catching up over lunch.
Did you enjoy your meal?
I did.
Good. I also enjoyed it. Komacho. So Alice, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do for now? Where do you work and what does your work involve?
Thank you very much. As a lady, a woman, I'm under human anatomy, and under human anatomy it is specified, because under human anatomy we have nurses, we have the doctors, we have the morticians, we have the pharmacists, we have the radiographers, and we have so many departments under human anatomy. And I, as Kagai, I myself, am a funeral attendant. So I normally be with those people who are bereaving, and I counsel them, and also I work there so that I can have the heart at least to feel that they are comfortable being welcomed in the funeral home, though that we know very well that that's something that normally happens in life. There is death, there is there is life, and there is end of death. So I decided to be one of the morticians. So I trained as a career, and I do that. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And let's talk a little bit about your career. Do you feel afraid, or have you now, like when you're dealing with people who are dead at the funeral home, is it something you get used to, or how was it when you started and how is it now?
First of all, when you choose a career, it's an ambition.
Yes.
You can't just go to a career because you want it to be, or somebody is doing it. First of all, it has to come
from you.
That I like this job and I'll have to train for this job. So on myself, it was in me. So it was a passion that I go and train under human anatomy, under human anatomy, under mortuary science. So I trained. I'm not afraid. I'm happy doing it, and it came out of my heart that I do that.
How do people react when you say that you're a mortician? Generally, what are some of the stereotypes that you find people have about that career, especially being done by a woman?
The last some years back, people were afraid. But this particular moment, because everybody and everywhere, women are all in the morgues. All over the world, now women are in the morgues. It's a career like other career. It's like being a nurse. It's like being a radiographer. It's like being a pharmacist. It's just a job like the other job.
Yeah.
So for my side, I'm very happy being in the morgue because that's a place where everybody, his or her heart, has been humbled down.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
Humbled down. So the moment they come, they need somebody who is there to cater for that emotions that they're in that particular time. And you see, most of them, they come when they're afraid of the area itself.
Yes.
Most of them, they come when they don't know what they are going to do there. So the thing is, when they meet me, most people think that people working in such an institution have to do what? They have to be under drug addiction. But I don't.
Yeah.
I don't take anything.
You're good.
I'm just fine.
Yeah.
I'm very sober. So the moment they come in, I work in Kikuyu Hospital. I never introduced myself. I work in Kikuyu Hospital. So when they come in, they find me, I'm very sober. They ask you, where is the mortuary attendant? You tell them, I'm the one.
They're looking for someone who is
They're looking for someone who is drunk, someone who is under drug addiction. So you tell them, I'm the one. So he'll sit beside you, you see. But the moment he comes in or she comes in and she finds me, I'm scaring, and already she has something that
is bothering.
yeah, it's bothering, or it has really humbled her heart, you know, she'll not be at peace. But the moment they come in and find some people like us, even ladies, we have really encouraged so many men, because even men, they're afraid.
Yeah.
But when they come in, they find a lady, they're being strengthened. A lady can work in such an institution, particularly in the night. We work even the night shift.
Yeah.
So when they come with a body at night, they find you alone on night shift. Everybody, what? Are you alone? Yes. Are you the one doing here? Yes. And where are the others? No, I'm alone. The rest can't speak. I'm only the one speaking here.
The rest are dead.
No, they can't speak. They can't speak. So I'm the one only speaking. We are so many, but the others, they can't speak. So I'm the one speaking.
They're
So,
resting.
yeah, they're resting. How can I help you? They'll give you stories. You know, that thing, all of a sudden it disappears.
That's the
Yeah.
mood
Now the mood changes.
Yeah.
Now they'll come to ask you now, are you married? You tell them yes. Do you have a husband? Yes. Do you have kids? Yes. And your life, is that person really comfortable with you? Yes. Is just a career like the other one? Are you afraid of being here? No. Do you normally dream? No. Now they wonder. Nightmares? No. I don't have anything. I don't dream. My life is okay. When I'm on duty, it's on duty. When I go home, I'm now a wife. So everything now, it's perfect. I continue my life like that.
Excellent. And it's good that you've given us a very good introduction of yourself. And, you know, I'm so happy to... I've actually interacted on a one-on-one basis with a mortician. You know, you only interact with them when you have someone who has passed. But like here, so I'm happy to meet you.
Thank you.
And I already feel encouraged because you know what? Death is with life.
Yeah.
With life, there's death.
Yeah.
So you've talked about being a wife, and that is going to really guide us in today's topic, where we're actually talking about, am I wife material and am I husband material? I think it will work both ways. So it's good you mentioned that you're married and the career that you're in. In your experience, because you know you've been working for long and you've met with a lot of people in your work, and that is the experience that we're going to be drawing on today. When you look at our society, I'm sure you can agree with me that marriages are being very challenged right now.
Really? True.
And in your view, is it that the people who are getting married are not ready or they're not the right people? What is it that has changed so much that the marriage institution is being so affected? Are the ladies not being able to be wives, and are the men not being able to be husbands? What would you say?
First of all, if I can just state on the situations that I've seen while in the working area, when a husband or a wife dies. Let me start there before I go to the marriage itself.
Yes.
From the beginning. But the end can tell you how the beginning was.
Okay.
You see, the end can show you how the beginning was.
Okay.
being on duty, you can find that there is an old mama aged around 75, aged around 90, 80. You see, that's a long marriage.
Yeah.
Because if he can state that he got married at the age of 20, so he has been in marriage for almost 60 years, isn't it? Or 50 years when he's around 60 there.
Okay.
So he has roughly around 50 to 45 years in marriage. But then at the end of that marriage, when the husband dies or when the wife dies, you see there's a so you fail to understand. The society now comes in. You fail to understand if the marriage is being composed with the society, or the marriage was specifically for that husband and that wife. You see, now they come in, they face this woman that you are not supposed to be in this home. You are supposed to go back to your people, and you are now old, around 75 years. That we don't want you in this particular home. We don't want to see you. And this woman has kids. This woman has granddaughters, everything. You see, now I'm talking to a person at the end of his life now, because life almost, in the Bible says that our life ends at 70, and if it goes on, it's a bonus. Now you see this person is around 70, and now the husband is around 80 or 85 and is dead now. Now the society telling this woman that you are not supposed to be in this family now. Now,
surely at that age,
at that age,
lady supposed to do? Or surely,
what is that person going to do? Or she doesn't have even other hopes of working. She doesn't even have hopes, because now even her life itself is now ending. Now they give him trauma of the heart. They give him depression. Then the anxiety comes now back. He starts now doing what? Remembering the past. When she was a young lady. I wish I could have done this. I wish I could have done this, and already everything has been scrambled down, and already the life has ended. You see, now that's a difficult thing. Now we have to know that, are we marrying for the society, or are we marrying straightforward to this man? That everything when he dies, are they going to be mine, or are they going to be for the society?
Yeah.
You see?
That's a very interesting angle.
Actually, it's very interesting. Yeah. Starting with from the end.
From the end. Yeah, that's quite. So in your view, back to Anne's what Anne was talking about. What are some of the things that are ailing marriages today? From your experience, I know you've had to counsel a lot of people. What do you think are some of the things that are ailing marriages today?
If I can start, mostly right now it's because of the financial status. If you can allow me, we can read in the book of Genesis. I don't know the really chapter, but if I can state the story itself, that around Ibrahim had the Lot. Mtoto wa ndugu yake, si ndio? So he moved with the Lot. The moment he moved with the Lot, they were in peace, isn't it? They were staying peacefully, because the brother died, and Lot, being the son, was to go off with the uncle, who is Abraham. So when they were together, before they got anything, they were peaceful. But then the quarrel started. Why? Because they increased in their possessions.
All right, stop there. Allow me to keep interrupting you, because we need to talk about things as they are coming. So the issue of finances, it always crops up whenever we talk about marriage. And I must say that I find that to be very bewildering as a person. I've come to find that whenever we talk about marriage, the issue of finances always checks in. The reason I find it bewildering is because when I look at my own life, my experience, when I was just about to get married, I was concerned about companionship. I was concerned about friendship. I was concerned about love. And of course, I knew that I needed money to live, because you cannot eat nothing. But
even love,
you cannot even love, you cannot eat it. But I was not very focused on financial things at that point. So I always find it very bewildering that whenever people talk about marriage, they actually talk about finances, as though they took, well, of course you do have to have a wedding and you have to have finances, but do people not nowadays marry for things like companionship? That's why I'm asking. When you're asking about whether am I wife material, in my head I'm asking, am I able to be somebody's companion? Am I able to be somebody's friend?
It's a very basic level.
Yeah, that's how I approach it. But I find that people don't approach that. They quickly go to finances, and I'm like, okay, you may have finances.
Yeah.
If you have finances in marriage, is it a good thing or a bad thing?
It's good.
But already you have said that the problem started when they...
You know what I'm thinking?
Yeah.
It seems like every time when you start as a couple and then the setting changes, and not even friends like Lot and Abraham were not like husband and wife.
Couple.
Yeah. But when you start out with someone in a certain setting and then that setting changes, if you're not...
disrupts.
Yeah, it disrupts the friendship. If you started out with a lot and then it disappears, that's also another problem. If you started out with little and then you get more, it also disrupts the relationship.
The fact that I was talking about Lot and Abraham, the end is that, you know, before they had love, because Lot loved my uncle. My uncle, my dad has died, so my uncle, he loved Abraham, and there was love. But when the possession increased, what started in? The quarrel.
Okay.
Yeah.
They started quarreling. Now, if we relate that into marriage, you see, we had love. Then that love, when it goes that we get our possessions, now it's that it's mine. Particularly we ladies, it's mine. So the husband has to be taking care of everything. And nowadays, men, they have lost focus. Why? The moment the wife has something in pocket or financially, she is stable, now the man will lose the focus.
Okay, let me interrupt you again. To be very honest, people nowadays are marrying late. They're not marrying in their... A lot of people are marrying in their 30s.
Yeah.
By the time you're getting married in your 30s, number one, you're already educated.
Yes.
You not only have a degree, you might probably be having your master's as well.
Yes.
And you already have a job. You even have a vehicle. You have assets.
Everything.
So it's not that I'm marrying you with nothing. But basically, are we saying that for you to be a wife material or to be a husband material, you've got to be financially able? Is that what you're saying?
No.
So that if you don't have those things, you shouldn't even consider?
No. The thing is that it's love. But when these things comes in, they disrupt the love. The love. And they disrupt the companionship. Okay. They disrupt what? The togetherness. Because when you see Lot with the Abraham, when they got all those things, when the shepherds started quarreling, isn't it?
Yes.
Abraham told Lot, now choose. Either you go to the other end, and I go to the other end. When you go this side, I'll go this side. You see, that is separate?
Separate.
Because of what?
Oh my goodness.
Because of the possession.
Yeah. That's a...
But in the real thing was that Abraham had to stay with Lot, being the son of his brother. Because he loved him, he couldn't have left him alone. You see, staying with at their grandfather's home, but he had to take him along with him.
Okay.
Abraham had also other brothers, isn't it?
Yes.
Why couldn't they have taken who?
Love.
There was love.
There was a lot.
There was a lot of love.
So that was disrupted by
possessions.
Because as Lot continued to succeed, that became a... Basically, what I'm hearing you saying, correct me if I'm wrong, is that the increase in is interfering.
It's interfering.
Yeah, I think that's her point. Whether you started poor and now have now become rich, or whether you're already rich even before you start.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about that?
Well, I must say I have, but it is bewildering.
It is.
One would think that if we get more, we'll be more comfortable, we'll be happier, you know.
Yeah.
But now it even goes to the point of separation. You know, like, okay, you go
your way with your thing, you and your things, and then my things to end it.
In Proverbs, there is somewhere that says that when wealth increases, isn't it? Now the love diminishes. So when we focus on these things, on wealth, you see, when I'm now a wife and I have everything, but nowadays is that most women are successful than men.
That's true.
Most women nowadays are successful than men.
Yes.
In the older age, the ages of our mothers, most of them, they never worked.
The men were more successful.
The men were more successful, so they had to take care of the women and children. So the woman during that age, those ancient ages, It was that this woman has to sit home, a housewife, total housewife. Your work is to take care of the children and do what? Go farming. So the man is the one who is to go outside, up country, look for everything, and then to give to the woman. But nowadays, the generation has changed.
Yes.
During the ancient times, particularly in our tribe, they only educated men. They never educated women. So you see, during that time, most of the women were illiterate, and the educated people were only what? Men. So the men were to be adored. But nowadays, your level of education and my level of education, even I'm higher than you.
Yes.
I have a master, you have a degree. I have a master, you have a certificate. Now what will you tell me? Even the inferiority complex comes into a man.
Yeah.
It becomes inferior. That this woman, one time, he'll have to leave me because of the educational standards. You don't have that even you are, because you love this man.
Yeah.
You are focusing that this is a man. This is my husband. But then, because of that fear, inferiority complex that he has, because of the educational standards that you have, this man starts fearing you.
Yeah. Okay.
So I've picked
Now
two.
it brings the separation.
Separation.
Yeah.
Now you see, the separation, it doesn't come because of the body. The separation starts in the heart. So when the heart is
allow me to
far,
interrupt. Sorry.
I've had two things. Number one, so we've moved away from finances. Finances is one thing. Then I've seen now education of women, like women empowerment, is also disrupting marriage. And then also inferiority complex. I think it doesn't have to be the husband, but I think when it's the husband, it's worse for some reason.
you see, when my husband is educated than me, I'll be happy. It doesn't give me any inferiority complex.
It makes you, in fact, have
woman.
confidence.
As a woman, I have confidence into my husband, isn't it?
Yes.
But when the woman is educated than a man, the man starts having that inferiority complex. I don't know why. They feel that they're supposed to be the men to command the house, but when he comes to the level of education, he starts now fearing that, how am I going to command somebody who is above my education?
Let me interrupt you, and I'm always the one with the different view. You may think that everybody who is educated has a lot of money, but let me also say this. Your level of education may be low, but you may have a lot of money. So does that help? Because what I'm hearing you is saying that the man needs to lead in something.
Yeah.
He needs to either be more educated or he needs to have more money than the woman. Because when the woman is more educated and has more money, that disruption is not, doesn't seem to be working. What if I'm educated, maybe I'm even a teacher, I have even a master's, but I'm paid by TSC and I'm paid less, and the man, he's not even educated, maybe doesn't have the degree, but he's a good businessman. He's got a huge hardware and it's thriving and he has more money. Will that work?
It works because you have stated something that I'm now flowing with you. That who is higher than the other one?
Okay.
Is this man.
Okay.
Though despite that, under the education, even you cannot even bring your pride because of the education. Now he asks you, yes, you have your master and getting 20K. I have my business getting 100,000. So what can you tell me? So when the husband is higher than a woman, when the husband is higher than that woman, who are you with your education?
If anything, it was a waste of your money.
It's nothing. Even your master's, it's nothing.
Yes.
Even I was in class 2, but I have so much. I have plenty. He'll feel so proud that he can now command you.
So let me say what I'm hearing here, Agnes. And I'm hearing a lot of things. I'm hearing that for you to be a husband material, you need to be above the woman.
Financially.
Either financially or educationally or both.
I think even educationally, kama una kakitu.
Even if you don't have
Financially,
problem.
financially, not even education, financially.
Yeah.
So, because you can be educated as a woman and you have nothing.
Yeah.
You see?
And also you can be educated as a man and you have nothing.
Yeah.
The important thing as a man is to have something.
To have something. And above the woman.
Have something and above the woman.
Above the woman.
So what we're saying is that husbands or men who want to be husbands, you need to make sure that you're above. But honestly, anyway, let me not keep countering, but life changes.
Yeah.
You can start when you have more, and then the wife comes in and now starts earning, you can lose your job. Your business can be affected. I mean, we're just coming from a COVID year. A lot of businesses have been affected. I'm not saying that situation must be maintained for you to continue being husband material.
I don't think so. I believe what our guest is saying today is that's the issue that we need to resolve. I don't think that relationships must be guided by money.
Yes.
I would also say, I don't know which show it was, we were saying men don't like to be counseled or to ask for help.
Yeah.
Men really struggle to ask for help.
Okay.
So as the wife, I think it's important to recognize when your husband is struggling.
Yeah.
You know, mentally, emotionally, like when you as the woman, you're ahead. The big idea is not for you now to back down so that your husband can be okay, but to find a way to help your husband.
To rise up.
Yeah, to rise up. And also
in a hidden way, because if it's so direct,
yeah, you can't tell him you need help. He'll be like, no, I don't need.
But you are talking right.
Yeah.
But you know that we are in African society.
Yeah.
This man doesn't need anything from a woman. There are very few who will need assistance from their wives or to be supported with their wives. Even we wives, we are so bad. The moment I'll assist you, even if it is so secret,
what will happen?
I'll say, the moment you do something very wrong to me, that's a small thing, I'll shout.
But we'll
I did this, you man, I did to you this, that's why you are like that, that's why you are like that. You see, we are Africans.
Yeah.
And the moment we are Africans, men know very well that they are the ones who are supposed to support us. You see, even if I can be educated with my man, he pay my school fees and everything, this man will not shout. But if I pay school fees for my husband,
But
Shida.
Everybody has to know.
Do you know what? It's me. You are seeing that?
That car you're driving.
Advise that woman who is in that position.
I'm the one who took the loan. Me, I'm the one who have the
No,
loan.
mimi ndio nilichukua hiyo loan.
Kwa wageni, kwa chama.
Utakuwa ukiambiana.
Sasa huyu bwana na hii kazi hata sasa mimi nini hivyo. Ona ataka anakotu hivyo. The thing is tuna lose focus kwa sababu gani? Tumepoteza Mungu. Most of us tumepoteza Mungu. But tukienda kwamba with the word that we should have God. God made us to be one. God made us to be in union. That God saw that this man is not supposed to be alone. I must make for him a helper. And this is the helper. And the men are being told that they should love us as weak vessels. And they should understand us as weak. When a man will understand that these are weak vessels, it can get broken any. You see, and they understand this woman, they'll have to stay when they have peace, when they have love. This love comes from God. This love comes from the word of God. When we share the word of God together, and when everything is with the togetherness, you know, love covereth the multitude of sins. And love covers the multitude of everything. Hata hiyo kusema ati nilikusomesha nini. And because of love, you will not say. You'll have to cover. So, but this love is lost. We are struggling to get love, and we cannot find love in any shop. We cannot
buy it.
We cannot buy love.
Let me come in a little, because there's something you've said which is very interesting. You've said that the wife is a helper. And you remember, we have a topic today. It's called, Am I Wife Material? Where the wife as a helper, what are you supposed to be helping the man to do? What is being a helper anyway?
If you can go back to where I can talk about Sarah, Abraham. You see, most of the time is that it's the companion, being togetherness. If you focus on Eve, there's nothing really great that Eve supported Adam. But in falling, she's the one who did the greatest.
And allow me to take a break. That's exactly what I was thinking. That there's one thing that Eve supported Adam with. It is falling.
It's falling.
And guess what? We have to take a break. So viewer, keep it right here. We'll be right back after this break. Thank you.
everywhere, GBS.
Welcome back, viewer. Today we're talking about am I wife material, am I husband material? And we're getting very interesting views from our guest. And just before we continue, I want to remind you that we have an SMS line. The number is 21144. Also send in your comments on GBS TV Africa, on YouTube and on Facebook. Subscribe to our channel because, as you can see, the discussions are very hot and awesome. So, Alice, we were talking about the wife and the fact that she's supposed to be a helper. And of course, we started with the joke of Eve, you know, the way she helped Adam. She helped Adam fall. I believe that is not how women should be helping men. But what aspects of yourself as a woman should you develop so that you can be a good wife or a good helper?
First of all, though, despite that Eve did that, Adam was still stuck to Eve. Because yes. What? He was a promise to God that he's the one who has given him this woman.
Yes.
So when you are bound to this woman in love, surely even the negative things that she has in her heart or in her mind, it will automatically do what? They'll disappear. Okay. As I said, love covers the multitude of what? Of sin.
I like that, because what you're saying is that a husband is a person who needs to love the wife a lot, and to love to the point of covering the multitude of her sins, understanding that she's the weaker vessel. Hata kama women who don't want to be viewed as weaker vessel, that's what the Bible says. So basically, I'm hearing that on the area of love, men need to improve a lot.
Yes.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
So if you're wondering whether to marry or not as a man, you need to ask yourself, do you have love? A lot of it.
Yeah. Do you have love?
Or am I going to love
or
continually?
Are you going to love continually? Because you're going to be this woman continually. If she's Eve to you, she's making you fall in some ways.
Yeah.
And love the woman. So as a husband, as a man, those are the things that you need to be asking yourself. And remember, you also need to be asking yourself whether you have money. That was the first point.
Do you have money?
Yeah, because you've basically said that you need to be more financially stable. I think that's what you've said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the other thing I've heard from what she's saying is Eve was coming to help Adam. I think maybe the reason why we get confused in this society is that we are looking for that thing that the wife is supposed to do, yenye imeandikwa wife ni kwa hii tent.
Wife's meet here.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if that was already being done, and that's why we struggle some of women, because we are looking like, okay, something she will do from start to finish. But ideally, she's coming to, like, if she's coming to the man's house, he was already doing the dishes.
Yeah.
So he just do less.
Yeah.
He was already cooking. He just do less. We need to move away. I don't know if you comment on this. I feel we need to move away from that thing of saying, this is the lane for women. This is what women should do. And then this the other lane for men. When the woman comes, she finds the man already taking care of all the lanes.
Yeah.
And then whatever is, whatever gaps there are, now she fills in those gaps. And that, I feel, helps the marriage to be sustained. You see now, when the marriage is being sustained, there is no news. There's nothing to write about. So the Bible doesn't record that some of the animals were named by Eve.
I get that.
Some of the farming was done by, but it records when Eve falls. So for that period before the Bible records when Eve fell, the marriage was being sustained.
Yeah.
Yeah. And before then, God had said, this is not good. So the marriage...
For this man to be alone.
Exactly.
Yes.
So when the woman came, between the time she came and she fell, everything was good. There was no news, nothing to write about. So your thoughts on that?
I really hear you,
Yeah.
even before you come in, that the men, a lot of responsibility is lying on the men.
Yes.
They need to be doing something. Adam had named
all the animals, all the plants.
All the plants. He was busy.
He was gardening.
He was busy. The Eden garden was very beautiful, and it was well tended. So the wife who comes to help, and you know, that is one of the roles of women. Women tend to be very nurturing. Like, you give a woman a little money, she's able to figure out how to multiply it quickly, and it becomes a lot. You give her, of course, you give her a seed, she produces a baby for you, right? Yeah. That is the way women are. Women are nurturing. But I like what you're saying. Like, they're coming to fill certain gaps. Yeah. Not to do everything.
Yeah.
You know, not to... But the man has got a very key role. In fact, the question that you should be, I think, more relevant is, am I the husband material?
Yeah.
More than am I the wife material? Because the wife is coming to work with somebody who is doing things.
Yeah.
You can't help where there is nothing. You are helping something that somebody already was doing.
Yes,
that I'm helping you to dig because you started already digging.
Not that I'm the one starting.
I'm not the one starting the thing.
No.
I'm a helper, so I have to help you.
Yes.
Where already when started.
Yes.
Not that I'm the one who is going to start the thing. Helper. A helper means you are helping somebody already. You think. If it was washing, I'm just going to help you because you are already washing.
Yeah.
Cooking. Not that I'm the one who is starting to cook for you. To teach you or to start cooking for you. No.
Yeah.
I'm coming to help you because you are already doing what? Doing the same responsibility for your own. Yeah. So I'm just coming to help.
Yes.
Already the things that you have done, what? You have done.
Already.
And had already, I said another thing that a seed. You see? If this man can't give me a seed, why produce a baby?
You can't.
As a woman, how?
As a woman, how?
Yeah.
Now, you see, that's another problem.
Also the man, with the seed only, can he?
Without a woman, he cannot.
So the issue of working together, you starting and you being helped, it is quite a fundamental thing. Yeah.
So we have to come together to assist one another. Yeah. And the greatest thing is being together. In case of anything, we are supposed to be together with the dialogue. We have to talk. To be a wife material, even this husband has to assist me. I can't know everything, but he's there because of me. You assist me to do this, and then also I also assisted the man. They'll be successful in life. Yeah. But the thing is, there is this division amongst ourselves. Division a woman and a man. There is no specific duties that this for a woman. No, a woman is a helper.
Yeah.
And when she came as a helper, there was no division that or a dimension that this is for a woman. Yeah. No,
everything is for the man.
Everything is for the man.
Yeah.
Now I am just helping whatever you are already doing.
Allow me to interrupt as usual. That is my main role here. Have you come across men who do not need help? In terms of they are okay with themselves. Okay, fine, they can't get children. That's the only thing. Because you see, when you're the person who is starting and you need to be helped, and I'm the woman and I'm willing to help and able to help, what if you don't want to be helped? You're doing everything. Is that something that you think, are you not seeing that a lot of men are feeling that they don't need to marry? Because they have everything. They have everything that they need. If anything, stop going that direction. If anything, that women, look, guys, this is serious. Because you see, a lot of men are even saying that it has even become so easy to be able to sexual favors from women have become so easy to get, such that as a man, I have a job, I have my finances. If I want to get laid, I can get laid so easily. Why should I be married? Why should I marry? Because what is this that I'm being helped with?
There's a cleaning lady.
Yeah.
There's a cook.
And are you not seeing that there are a lot of men who do not see the point of marrying in our society right now?
There's so many. And you are now losing the focus with God. That's not the way God made the world to be. God made the world to be that this man should marry.
What has happened that men are feeling like that? Because it means that something has gone off.
There's something that has gone wrong.
Off in the equation.
I don't want to downplay what she's saying in terms of losing focus on God.
Yeah.
Because there are so many things the Bible says. Number one, sex is for marriage. That one has gone. So now you're not, the man is not waiting for a wife to fulfill that part of his life. He has agreed to get it from anyone. Is that what you're talking about?
That is that's what she's saying, that because we have lost our godly levels, that's why we're coming across these situations. Because if sex is supposed to be for that's what I'm hearing.
Exactly,
right?
because in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter, allow me to read.
I will allow you.
Let me read.
Yeah, I will allow you. I will allow you.
Just allow me to read.
I mean, go, Lillian. We used to even hear about the ABCs: abstain, be faithful, use a condom. Nowadays, A. Who is talking about A? Have you heard about A now?
About A.
Yeah.
Even unfortunately, among married couples, there's a lot of, infidelity is not even called infidelity, it's called affair.
It's been made rosy.
Something rosy.
PR.
Yeah.
Okay. I continue.
Yeah, thank you. I'll read 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 2. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband. Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence, and likewise also the husband. The wife has not power of her own body, but the husband, and likewise also the husband has not power of his own body, but the wife. You see? But right now, the husband is my body. You see, we have changed.
You have changed, yeah.
It knows very well that the power to the body of my husband. But then the husband is holding to his
body.
Is that not bringing something that is going to collide the family?
It will.
It will.
Yeah.
Automatically it will.
Yeah.
Why we have gone against the will of God. And there's nobody who will have to go against the will of God and in life. Nobody.
So we need to go back to the basics of godliness. Another thing that I want to ask also is about as a wife. I asked that earlier. What can you do to make yourself to be more wife? Or there's nothing you can do. You just wait for the man to work and show up so that you can help him. Are there any skills that women need?
Skills, of preparing yourself to be a wife, or even if you're already a wife, something you can learn to improve yourself as a wife.
Or there's nothing?
You see, first of all, if I can talk just like a human being, being a wife already, you are being born being a wife.
Oh. Meaning?
Meaning, my status. I can't say that I can be a man when I'm already born a wife.
You're born a wife. Okay.
Yes. Not exactly that, because the women and the wives.
Okay.
So basically you're saying that any woman can be a wife? No, you're not saying that.
I'm not saying that. That we are women. We are all born being, let me state that we are being all born feminine.
Yes.
On the side of being a wife, isn't it?
Yeah.
But in the feminine, we have women and we have wives.
What is the difference? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, what is the difference
between a woman and a wife?
Now, there is this, I've spoke about feminine, isn't it? That's it says that everybody is a lady, isn't it? Now, in the status of being all of us ladies, isn't it? Not all of us we are wives. Because there are women who state very well that I can do without a man.
Yeah.
And right now there are so many single mothers.
Yeah.
People are going now to be donated with what? With a seed.
Yes.
They're being given a seed
Yes.
from the donation.
Yes.
When they're being donated with a seed, they don't want to know it came from who, isn't it?
Yes.
And which man will have to claim for that kid?
None.
I'll bear that kid and then I stay alone. That's a woman. But this wife is the person who has to have companion with this other opposite sex person so that they can come together with the same dialogue, with the same mind, with the same heart, so that they can build what? A home. A man alone with wealth, with everything, that's not a home. A wife with everything without a husband, that's not a home. A complete home is the home that has what? A wife and a husband. And this focus, it has come because of the education. People have borrowed so many things from outside the level of the Bible and have gone to their own standards, that I can do without this.
And Anne was asking, which are these standards that a wife requires to have? What can I do myself as a single woman, for example, to equip myself to be a good wife? Or how can you advise a single woman to equip herself to be a good wife?
Already you are a single woman, you are not a wife. You are just a woman.
Okay.
We have feminine, we have women, and we have wives. If you call yourself a wife, you have a husband. Mm-hmm. But when you are just a lady without anything and you want to be a good wife, how?
No, I mean to prepare myself when that time comes.
No, the preparation is that when
okay, let me rephrase the question. What are the qualities of a good wife?
Oh my God. And you can assist.
Luckily for us, time is up. I'm sure the guest is very happy because these are very difficult questions. So guess what? Let our guest Alice please give a parting shot to our viewer. Just encourage the women out there who are in marriages and who want to be married. We wrap up the show.
Sure.
Thank you for all viewers. My view and my advice to outside there, I'm just urging everybody to go back to the Bible. As for me, going back to the Bible and following the rules that we were guided from the beginning, that it's not good for his man to be alone. He has to have an helper. We are supposed just to be there with him, and we persevere everything in our lives. We persevere because we know that in this world there is tribulations. In this world, there is no peace that we can get, but only peace we can get, it's only being with Jesus in our hearts. Is the only peace. Because he said very well that I'm going and I'm leaving you with peace. And this peace is the one that is going to be with you until the end. So let us only focus on Jesus, and is the only one who is going to give us the focus into our homes, the focus into our lives, the focus even to our children and our husband, and is the one in everything. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Thank
you. I'm sure you've enjoyed the show. We've also really and thank you so much for your company. Please continue staying tuned to the rest of the programming and have yourselves a peaceful week. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.